so hard to get back to the story. This platform gave me a way of not feeling so alone. Hello there, and welcome to another vlog. If you don't know me, my name is Maki, and today we are gonna spend the day together writing. So, for the past week or so, I've been having trouble focusing on my novel. One, because it's nearly the holidays and I'm gonna leave on vacation next week. And two, work has been very demanding and I've been dealing with a lot of stuff outside of work as well. So, my novel was very little looked after for the last couple of weeks. So, my idea for today's vlog, which will be my last vlog before the end of the year, is really to spend this weekend writing, focusing on writing, and doing some activities that I really love and really enjoy so that I can move forward and give that last push to finish the year strong and just have a little bit more time really focused on spending my energy and devoting my energy to something that I really love. So it is currently 9:39 a.m. It's Saturday. It started to snow and it's looking so pretty outside because it looks like the snow is floating and I just love days like this. And my idea is to go to the library, spend some time there writing, focusing on writing, and then come back home, have lunch, rest, and if the snow stops, I'll probably go to a cafe to write a little more because it says it's gonna slow a lot in the afternoon. If it's really pouring down, I'm not sure if you use that term for snow, but anyway, if it's really heavy, if it's heavy snow, then I'm gonna stay home and write at home. But that's the plan for right now. So I have already had breakfast. I walked my dog. I took a shower and I got ready. And I'm gonna take Michael for his second walk of the day, get my things ready, and then leave for the library. My goal for this weekend is to write 5,000 words. I'm not sure if it will be possible because I don't want to burn out or do more than I can handle because I am very tired. Like the end of the year is always a tiring season for everyone, I think. But I'm feeling really tired and a little mentally drained. So I'm going to try 5,000 words, but if not, whatever I get on the page this weekend, I will be happy with because, as I said, I haven't been writing for the last week and a half, just a little bit, like tiny pockets of writing for the last couple of weeks. So anything that I do this weekend will definitely be an upgrade from that. But I also want to challenge myself a little bit. So I feel like 5,000 words is a good number. Let's see if I can get that done. I'm also going to create another page on my journal that I can paint every time I hit 1K in writing, in my writing sprints. So I'll have like the extra incentives and something else to motivate me to write this weekend. So yeah, the snow is really picking up right now, but it's going to be fine. It will be fine. It'll be fine. So as I said, I'm going to take Michael for a walk and then we are going to leave for the library. Let's go. Okay, I'm back for an update. It's been a while. It is now almost 3:30 in the afternoon if I'm not mistaken. And I went to the library, then I stopped by my favorite restaurant that's very close to my apartment and I had lunch and I took some time to decompress and relax and rest a little bit and now I'm going to get back to writing. So the good thing about going to the library was that I was able to focus a little bit more, but still it was so hard to get back to the story. I really struggled. I had a very hard time understanding where I wanted to go next. If you don't know this, or if you're watching your first vlog with me, then I'm writing a discovery draft, which means I'm just letting the ideas flow naturally and I don't really have a plot or an outline of the book. I did this for a reason and it's been very helpful so far. But after spending almost 2 weeks away from the story, I struggled so hard to write and it was tough, I have to say. I had to push through it. I spent for like an hour and a half at the library, I think. No more than that because the snow started to get really heavy and I decided to come home a little bit early. My goal was to stay 2 hours at the library, but I cut short at like 1 hour 30. I did write quite a bit. I hit 1,119 words, I think, and it was good. It was a good writing sprint, but I'm definitely not proud of what I wrote. And Maki from the future will have a lot of work with this section of the story. I wish her well. And I also wish her all the luck in the world because it was hard. I'm not gonna delete it because I did it already while I was writing. I started writing a scene one way and then I decided to delete everything and then go back and try again. So I'm a little I'm happy with the new scene, but it needs a lot of work. It will definitely need a lot of work. This was definitely not my best writing, but at least I went to the library, I wrote, I hit 1K. So that's one fifth of my goal that I was able to do. And like I said, after the library, my original plan was to stop by Indigo so that I could take a look at the new releases, new book releases, maybe browse around for Christmas gifts. But again, it was snowing pretty hard. It still is actually. And I decided to just stop by to grab some lunch and then come home to eat and relax a little bit. So now I think it's time to go back to writing. Again, my original plan was to go out to write at a cafe, but it's pretty heavy out there. And the worst of all, at least for me, is that the sidewalks are really slippery. So it's hard to walk around a lot. So I decided to stay in and we're gonna make some coffee, put on some very nice lo-fi music so that it can help me get in the mood, and then let's try to do some writing.
Soft light falls on quiet sand. You almost leaned in. Shadows move, skin to skin. Something unspoken. Will you let me in? You and I will always have
Hello. So I just finished another writing sprint. It is now 10 to 5 in the afternoon, and I'm very happy with how things went right now. I wrote over 1,500 words, so I'm now over the halfway point of the goal that I set for this weekend. So I'm very happy with that. Honestly, I didn't thought I would write this much. I just reached 2,600 and something words with the sprint, and I was able to finish another chapter, which is actually pretty amazing. I wasn't expecting that. I thought that the scenes would go longer a little bit. I have to say though, I did question midway if maybe the book and the chapters were getting a little bit slow in terms of pacing, because this is a more character related plot. So there's not really much going on. It's more about the development of each one of the characters and the relationship between them. Of course, there's a plot line that I plan to move forward on for the next sprints, I believe, but it's not like a fantasy novel, you know? It's not a traditional rom-com as well, so there's not typically the types of situations that would maybe push the characters forward. This is really more about them discovering each other and learning each other and how to value and develop and grow as a couple. So I am questioning some things related to that, but also I'm very happy with the last scene that I wrote. This is a very dialogue heavy scene. Um, Both of my main characters, were taking a very long walk through the city, and I feel like it was important to give a little bit more context about how Cal and Andy are actually starting to be closer together, because Cal is not the type of character that's very straightforward with how he feels, or his love language is definitely acts of service. So he really shows it more than he says it. Um, so that's something that I'm struggling a little bit to show on page, but also having a lot of fun finding it out and discovering how he asks very specific questions so that he learns the exact information that he needs to serve whomever he loves the most and is closest the best. So this has been very interesting. And Andy, on the other hand, she's very much she's a force to be reckoned with. She needs information, she needs to speak, she needs to talk, but also she needs to learn a lot how to observe and understand the not so subtle clues about what is going on between them, and with other characters overall. So not sure if that's confusing, but hopefully it's not. But yeah, I'm very excited about how this went. I wasn't expecting to write so much, but once I got back to the flow of things and I immersed myself again in the story, it was easier to just move ahead and kept writing. After I struggled so much this morning, I thought this was actually very good, because I was really dreading having that type of difficulty to writing again. But it was just, I just needed to get back to it. And now I'm feeling very proud of what I did, even though I know that the writing that I did this morning will definitely need a lot of work. But again, this is a future Maki problem. She'll deal with it when the time comes. So yeah, now it's reaching 5 o'clock. So I think I'm gonna start winding down a little bit. I need to go to the groceries, but I'm not sure. It's still snowing a lot. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow, and I'll just, read a little, maybe watch some more One Tree Hill. I'm very obsessed with it right now. I'm rewatching all the 9 seasons. I'm currently in season 3, and I just like, oh my God, I love the show so much. So much. It's amazing. But Nathan is definitely better than Lucas. So I'm just gonna leave it here. Anyway, so I think I'm gonna read a little, maybe watch some more episodes. I might go out just to buy a little treat. I'm craving something sweet. I think, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see how it goes. But yeah, I'm gonna close my computer for now. I think I done enough for today. And I'm just gonna take the time to relax a little bit more enjoy the time off, and tomorrow is another day with a whole bunch of other plans. Hello there. So today is Sunday. Yesterday evening, I just chilled after finishing writing, and I really think that I needed the time to reset and just rest because my mind really was tired from all the writing and all the effort it takes into crafting the scenes and thinking up the dialogues and whatnot. So I really just sat down on my couch to watch a few more episodes of One Tree Hill. And when I look at my watch, it was like 8:30 at night. So I just started doing my night routine and prepping for sleep. Today I had a slow morning. It is now 10 a.m. and I really just needed, I think, a little more time to wake up and do my morning chores and just prep for the day ahead. I read a little as well. I had breakfast, I took a shower, I washed and blow dried my hair for the week to get ready for the week. And now I'm gonna get ready to go back into writing. And since it stopped snowing and now the roads are clear and it's easier to move around, I'm gonna go to a cafe nearby to write a little bit. And then after that, I'm going to the grocery store because I need to meal prep for the week as well. And for the rest of the day, I plan to stay at home, write a little bit more if I don't reach my goal of 5K. I think that I will this morning, but let's see. I'm not gonna push myself too hard, but I'm gonna write a little bit more if I don't hit my goal, and also meal prep and get ready because tomorrow I'll need to go to the office. So there's a lot of prepping involved in that because my office it's in another city. It's not here in Montreal. So it's a long commute and there's some things that I need to get ready at home and prep my bag and all of that so that I'm ready for tomorrow. And yeah, I think it's gonna be another slow day. Hopefully, I'll reach my goal and finish writing by this morning, and then I'll have the rest of the day to again rest and reset for the week. So let's go. I'm back. So it is currently 2:58 in the afternoon, so almost 3 o'clock. And I am so happy with how this day is going so far. So in the morning, like I said, I went to a cafe. I was able to write a lot. I actually hit 1,008 words, something like that. I have to say, I was hoping I would have a little more to show for that writing sprint, but I did I did take some extra time thinking about the scene that I was writing and where I wanted it to go and the dialogues. So I'm okay with that number. I didn't hit my goal, but I am over the 3,500 mark. So I'm way over the half my goal. So I'm very glad. So now I'm making an extra coffee. I'm gonna eat a little treat that I bought at the supermarket. I also went to the grocery store, by the way, and then I had lunch and I, rest for a little bit. I got some well-deserved R&R, and it is such a beautiful day outside. I have to say, I just want to go out a little bit more, but I know that for now, I need to stay in. I'm gonna write a little more. Hopefully, I can finish my goal right now, and then I'm gonna do a round of like cleaning and resetting my apartment so that tomorrow I can go with the to the office with a clear mind and just really focus on the things that I really need to do. So that's the plan. Hopefully everything will go fine, everything will go well. I'll be able to do everything that I want to. Again, I'm so happy with how this day is going. I think as a writer and as someone juggling a lot of other stuff like a 9 to 5 and taking care of a dog and just living life in general. I feel like this weekend was such a good example of how planning things helps me so much to achieve what I want to achieve. But not only planning in the sense of like filling my calendar with a bunch of stuff to do, but really intentionally thinking about how I'm going to spend my time, and most of all, like scheduling time to rest. I know this sounds crazy, but I did this weekend. I scheduled time to rest, to recover from going out and from writing and all of that. And I feel like whenever I sat down to write, it was so much more productive. So I'm really glad of how things are going right now. So yeah, the plan is I'm going to sit down to write a little bit more. Then I'm going to do a round of like cleaning slash resetting my apartment for tomorrow so that I can go to the office and do what I have to do and don't think about anything else, be really focused at work, and also so that I can lighten the load for myself during the week. So that's the plan. I still have some things that I want to talk to you about, so I might come back later to yap a little bit more, but that's the plan, and let's go. Hello, and welcome to the final leg of this vlog. I'm actually incredibly proud and happy with everything that I did today. I was able to reach my goal. I wrote 5,000 words this weekend, and I'm so excited. I think that after yesterday's struggle, it was so easy for me to go back into the characters, the universe, the story. And so each time that I went back to it, that I went back to another sprint, that I started writing again, it just got easier and easier. So by the end, by the final sprint, I was just like ready to write. I had everything that I wanted to put on the page in my mind, already mapped out in my mind. So it was really easy and fun. And also, I was able today to meal prep for the week. I cleaned the house a little bit. Of course, there's still some things to get ready and prepped for the week, like this, for example. But anyway, other than that, I relaxed a little bit, and now really it's time to unwind and to just relax. But before, I guess I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about how I've been thinking a lot about these vlogs and how I feel like the internet sometimes asks us to perform, even when it comes to writing. And to be honest, I questioned myself a lot this weekend if the material that I was recording and the things that I was doing were actually interesting for the viewer, like to put on a video and to create a vlog and that it would be viewed, like one wishes for when you create a YouTube video. And then I came to a point that most of all, I believe writing is a very lonely craft because it's just you, a Word document, and the ideas you're hallucinating in your head. And there's not much to it other than the reality of you having to sit down and write the words that you need to write. So if that's not entertaining, well, what you gonna do, right? But also, I think that the idea of us needing to be entertained and entertaining the whole time is so toxic and so, you know, overwhelming, I think. Because in reality, our daily lives are just common daily lives. We're not everyone doing incredible things every single day. Sometimes we have days that are more amazing than others. Sometimes we just have, a streak of normal common days, and that's okay. So for this weekend, I planned things that I wanted to do because it allows me to go outside to do something that it's different from my daily routine. It gets me out more, and it's important for me to plan those things because otherwise I'll just stay in all day. But at the same time, it wasn't anything out of the, extraordinary. It wasn't anything extraordinary. It was just me going to the library and going to a cafe and writing and taking care of my apartment and walking my dog and writing and doing things that I wanted to. But planning it ahead gave me the structure that I needed. So I don't know. I keep thinking that this platform gave me a way of not feeling so alone when writing. And if that's not super entertaining and amazing to look at, well, it is what it is. But if it is, and if there's anyone out there that identifies with what I do and the things that I say and the way that I do it and my craft and everything else, then hey, at least I'm not alone. And this other person won't feel alone as well. So at the end of the day, I think I was just reflecting a lot about the role of recording a writer's journey and this process and this craft, and how much I was willing to sell of my peace and my well being, and how much I was going to strain myself in order to be entertaining online. And I realized that that's not much. I don't want to do much that will compromise my health and my mind and my craft and my work, because I do have a work outside of writing and YouTube and everything else. So I guess I just wanted to yap a little bit about this because this has been on my mind this whole weekend, and being able to write and do the things that I did and not strain myself to the point of exhaustion, because it is the 12th or the 13th. It is the 14th of December. So, it's not the time for that. It's the time to rest, to slow down, and to recharge for the new year. So I'm proud of the things that I did. I did push myself a little bit, but not enough to the point of this complete discomfort. And I feel like that is the balance that I want to achieve, even with this channel and the vlogs that I do and the things that I create. So yeah, I guess this was just a little bit of a, I don't know, it was just me venting a little bit about the things that's been on my mind regarding content creation and being on YouTube, and, just creating on a regular basis again. And I will leave you with that. Until then, I hope you have an amazing week, an even more incredible day, and that all your wishes come true. I'll see you then. Bye.